We are tracking the latest from Ottawa for you and a live look from Parliament Hill. Nice, beautiful sunny day in the capital. Sources telling us the Prime Minister planning a small shuffle to his cabinet today, 3 hours from now at 3 o'clock Eastern at Reid Hall. Comes on the heels of a high-profile Quebec Liberal MP, Stephen Guilbeault, resigning from cabinet last week. He is a long-time environmental activist, and he cited his opposition to the federal government's new pipeline project with Alberta. Guilbeault is not quitting the party. He is staying on as an MP for his Montreal riding, but he is leaving cabinet. Sources telling us here at CTV this will just be a small shuffle, essentially to cover off Guilbeault's portfolios, including Minister of Canadian Heritage. Before stepping down, he did hold several roles, including identity, culture, and official languages. Previously, under the days of Justin Trudeau, Stephen Guilbeault was the federal environment minister. Let's bring in our CTV News political commentator, Scott Reid, who's standing by with more on the shuffle, the significance. What do you think, Scott?
Well, it'd be interesting to watch for a couple of reasons. And you mentioned one of them, which is that Stephen Guilbeault was not just a senior minister. And make no mistake, heritage or identity and culture, as they call it now, is a senior portfolio. But he was a Quebec Lieutenant. So I'll be watching for a couple of things. One, will they just limit it to replacing that one spot? Two, who will they pick to put in there? There's some rumors kicking around. You generally, not always, generally, it's a portfolio that you like to hand to a Quebecer because of the sensitivity of culture and other matters. So some speculation, maybe somebody like Rachel Bendayan, who is a parliamentary secretary of the Prime Minister currently right now. We'll see. And then the final thing, though, to me is, will they name another Quebec lieutenant? It's a political position, but very powerful. It means you're supposed to be in charge of the organization of the party in the province of Quebec. And that's very, very important when you're in a minority parliament.
What does this symbolize, do you think, the shuffle that's going on now with Guilbeault out and someone else coming in, Scott?
Well, I mean, at one level, obviously, it underlines the emphasis that the Prime Minister's placing on these large resource extraction industry projects. So, I mean, pipeline sits at the center of all of this. It was just too much for Guilbeault to stomach. But, and it's a big but, Guilbeault has not gone out, in a blaze of bullets. He's been very cordial, very convivial. He said that from his perspective, it's not a policy that he feels comfortable with, but he has been careful not to attack the Prime Minister or the government. He remains in caucus. So it's symbolic of that in that respect. I think the other thing that will, for real close watchers, be symbolic will be whether they have a choice, as I say, of a new Quebec lieutenant and who they select, because it'll tell you who the Prime Minister feels he has real political confidence in the province of Quebec to help him deliver seats, to help manage appointments, manage other caucus members from the province of Quebec. All that's very delicate, especially for a Prime Minister who's still new to politics, not a Quebecer, and not really 100% in concert with Quebec culture and language.
The fact that Guilbeault is staying on as a Liberal MP says what to you?
It says that he wants to be as constructive a team player as he can. That for him, as his background at Equiterre, as a strong environmental activist, he simply, and as the author of many of the regulations and policies that are being set aside on a conditional basis for the pipeline MOU with Alberta, that he simply couldn't stomach that. But that he is not attempting to leave large holes as he leaves the government. We've seen spectacular resignations in the past. It was about a year ago that Chrystia Freeland left, on the day that she was set to deliver the government's fiscal update. And we saw what that unleashed. It really was, to be honest, the Waterloo for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at the time. So this is not that. This is not a move, a resignation, and a cabinet adjustment that's built into a sense of crisis. Guilbeault is doing his best to make this as painless as possible for his boss.
Good to see you, Scott. Thanks for your insights.
Thanks, Todd.